Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, in this lesson, we'll be discussing plural nouns. That is, how do I take a singular word, a word that's mufrad, and I put it in its plural form. So there are two types of patterns for plural nouns in the Arabic language, meaning if I take a singular word and I put it in its plural form, it's going to take one of these two forms, one of these two patterns. It's either going to take the pattern of Jam' al-Salim, sound plurals, or it's going to take the pattern of Jam' al-Taksir, broken plurals. Jam' al-Salim means that the singular word stays intact in its plural pattern. So for example, the word mudarrisun means teacher. When I change the word mudarrisun to its plural, the word itself does not go through any major changes. Just something's added to it, something suffixed to it, but nothing else. Mudarrisun, its plural form is mudarrisuna, teachers. This is the case with most words in even the English language, which is that most words in the English language, the way that you put it in its plural form is simply by adding an S at the end. So you're not making any dramatic changes to the word itself. Teacher becomes teachers, mudarrisun becomes mudarrisun. We're going to talk about these in more details later. The Jam' al-Taksir, broken plurals, means that the singular form is broken to create the plural pattern. So in this pattern, the word will actually be changed. Baytun means house. Its plural form is buyut. So here the word itself is completely changed. The ba which had a fatha on it here has a dhamma. The ya which had a sukun on it here has a dhamma. And also a waw has been added to the word itself. Unlike the word mudarris, which the word itself did not go for any changes, the word bayt was broken in order to create its plural pattern, was fully changed, or very drastically changed. So inshallah, we're going to go into more details concerning both the Jam' al-Salim and the Jam' al-Taksir. Starting with the Jam' al-Taksir. The Jam' al-Taksir, which is the broken plural, or broken plurals, there are many different types of patterns for the broken plural. So there's not one standard way that the word is going to be broken in order to create its plural. But rather, you're going to have to memorize the words that are on this pattern. You're going to have to memorize their broken plural. So baytun, its broken plural is buyut. You're going to have to memorize this. Qalamun, aqlam. Kitabun, kutubun. So when you come across a word in the Arabic language, if it's in the singular form, you want to go to the dictionary and find out, is it a Jam' al-Salim, a sound plural, or a Jam' al-Taksir, a broken plural? If it's a broken plural, you have to memorize its plural form. What about if it's a Jam' al-Salim, a sound plural? Well, if it's a sound plural, it's going to follow a specific pattern. So the Jam' al-Salim, which are sound plurals, there are two possible patterns for the sound plural. There's a Jam' al-Mudhakkar Salim, and there's a Jam' al-Mu'annath Salim. The sound masculine plural and the sound feminine plural. The sound masculine plural are nouns that are masculine, which are going to have their plural form on the pattern of un at the end. So Muslim becomes muslimuna. Mudarrisun becomes mudarrisuna. And then this goes on. So these words are always going to have their patterns on their plural on this pattern, on the specific pattern where you're just adding una at the end. Muslim, muslimuna, muhandisun, muhandisuna, mudarrisun, mudarrisuna, and then this goes on. The Jam' Mu'annath Salim is a sound feminine plural. And these are feminine nouns, so nouns that indicate feminine things, where their plural pattern is going to be at the end. So you're simply going to add at the end of it. So muslimatun becomes muslimatun. Muhandisatun becomes muhandisatun. Mudarrisatun becomes mudarrisatun. So these two patterns will always be the same. They're always going to follow the same known pattern, which is either una being added at the end or at being added at the end. You're going to determine which one it is based on the gender of the noun. If it's masculine, it's going to be un. If it's feminine, it's going to be at. So to sum this up, if I come across a word in the Arabic language in its singular form, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the dictionary. When I go to the dictionary, I'm going to find out whether it's a broken plural or it's a sound plural. If it's a broken plural, it's going to be very clear because a noun is going to be broken to create its plural form. buyut, aqlam, kutubun. If this is the case, I'm going to memorize it. If it's not the case, and the noun is jam'u salim, its plural is a sound plural, then all I have to ask myself is whether that noun is a masculine noun or a feminine noun. If it's a masculine noun, its plural is going to end with un, muslimuna. And if it's a feminine noun with a ta marbuta, it's going to end with at. And that is how I'm going to learn plurals in the Arabic language.